Hello, everyone. Today, I'll reveal the ultimate financial technique behind crypto scams. This is pure gold. Lao Wang's next 30-minute video is the most technical, most substantial content I've ever put on YouTube. I'm releasing it today. I hope you'll share it widely. Spread it as far as you can, because this is a good deed. Once you understand the next 30 minutes, no crypto scam will fool you again. You'll protect countless people's wealth. Hello, everyone. Let's continue exposing crypto scams. Last time, we finished part 1. Some impatient viewers asked, Lao Wang, you're exposing crypto scams. Why are you talking about the 2004 gold market? You don't get it. To explain the PLA's history, you start with Wampoa. You must start with Lin Biao and Zhou Enlai to understand the whole story. If I jumped straight into electronic trading or crypto directly, you wouldn't follow. So listen as I explain it step by step. It'll all make perfect sense. Enough talk, let's get to the point. Last time, we met the Zhang and Wang brothers, herders who set up an electronic trading post in their yurt with a small computer. They connected to Guotai Junin stock software. But then, the younger brother Wang Zhizhou got drunk and kicked out the trading data cable. Only the price feed remained, no trading. Unaware, the older brother kept taking money. Using his own little program, he noted which herder bought which stock, and logged it as if he bought it for them. And which herder sold which stock, he logged the price and date he sold it. A month later, oh no. The data was cut. Damn it, no trades happened for a month. Oh man, he only recorded it in his little notebook. The Shanghai Stock Exchange's main system was never updated. My God, what do we do? What if someone made money and tripled their investment, demanding cash? Sell for me. The two brothers would be bankrupt. It's fine. Why? As Lao Wang just said. What's human nature? If they make money, they don't cash out. If they lose, they accept the loss. So these brothers essentially ran a mini exchange. Its price feed just showed the Shanghai exchange. They weren't actually members of that exchange. They just displayed its price chart as a front. But with utmost honesty, when a herder came to buy, they just settled at the Shanghai Stock Exchange price back then. That's what Zhang Yixing and I set up back then. Yes. Alright then. It was called Gaude Gold. Let me tell you, you should look it up carefully. Not sure if the business records are still available now. Its full name was Gaude Yihei Gold and Silver Products Co., Limited. Zhang Yixing came up with the name Gaude. We were starting a new company, so it was Gao Jihei, or just Gaude. Why Gaude? It's not related to the map app. Gaude is a transliteration. It means gold harmony, or golden harmony. After Gaude Yihei was established, we learned to use what experts call MT4, right? You know it well. We practiced with MT4. We launched this electronic trading platform, connected to Bloomberg and Reuters data feeds. Then we started, just like those two brothers, seriously placing orders for clients. We diligently hedged, managed exposure hedging. Why hedge our exposure? Because we were pioneers. We feared gold prices might actually rise. If they went up, and we were constantly promoting going long, clients might buy in. Then if gold prices rose, and they all wanted to sell and cash out, what then? So we had to hedge our exposure. Initially, we operated very properly. But we didn't make money. We had to maintain large sales teams. We were like insurance salespeople, talking to senior citizens downstairs, saying, you should invest in gold, it has leverage, it's T+0 trading. We'd explain. They'd ask, is this a scam? How is it different from stocks? Stay away from stocks, stay away from drugs, we don't want stocks. Don't worry, there's no need to worry, this isn't stocks. It's gold. Gold is hard currency. Spot gold rollover trading is legal, not futures. Back then, seniors knew about China's futures crisis, like the red bean crisis. I'll talk about the Suzhou red bean crisis sometime. Futures were a complete mess, with a worse reputation than the stock market. So, spot gold rollover trading. They'd give it a try. We even had gold bars on display for show. We didn't really want them buying bars, but to deposit into the electronic platform. Then they could trade gold in our system. As trading went on, we found hedging unnecessary. Later, we realized we could even disconnect their trade data lines. as long as the market data feed was live. Meaning, we developed our own trading software. This was the key split between Yihai Gold and Gaude Gold. A forum user commented, "Hey, I wrote a gold analysis report for Zhang Weixing. You must be among the first gold analysts." When we started this venture, we had a disagreement. Why? Because I realized, if we operated this way, it would be a scam. Running such a scam, and coming from the Economic Reform Commission, I knew many officials, leaders from the futures or securities associations. I knew if something went wrong, it would be a serious crime. We were university graduates, we didn't need to take such a risk. So I told Weixing, now that we understand gold trading, let's do this. Let's adapt this software into a real-time gold trading system for counters, with instant buyback. We'd compete with Kaibai. What do I mean by competing? Kaibai sold gold and silver jewelry back then. They updated prices only every month or two. Their price boards were metal plates, with engraved or attached numbers, so their gold price was mostly fixed. When people bought from Kaibai, they charged 30 to 40 yuan per gram when gold was only 100 yuan. That's 30 yuan in fees per gram, a 30% markup. And after selling gold jewelry, they didn't buy it back. No matter how high international gold rose, Kaibai didn't care. It was none of your concern. I told Weixing, now with our system, let's open a gold shop right opposite Kaibai. Operate like GOM. Sell gold bars at rock bottom prices. Sell gold at cost. Run ads like, buy gold, no regrets. Buy gold at Yihai. Display real-time gold prices like stocks in store. When people buy gold, whether gold bars or jewelry, add 12 yuan per gram as a fee. For buyback, deduct 2 yuan per gram. That's a 14 yuan spread. Sell at cost for high volume. Why high volume? With the right partnerships, sales could skyrocket. 4 to 5 billion in annual sales could let us control a listed company. Earning from stocks is great, and there's no risk. Weixing disagreed. Why did he disagree? Leading us to part ways? Because this was around 2004. By mid-2005, I connected with a key figure, linked up with CCB International, and co-founded Yihai Capital with Zhai Shanying. That's when Zhai Shanying entered the picture. Zhang Weixing firmly refused. Why the addiction? Addiction explains it all. Let me tell you why. After accidentally cutting the network, we found no need for hedging, no exposure management, or real trading. Why was there no risk? Because when your platform or game has over 1,000, or even 10,000 participants, it forms its own market. You don't need to do anything. No cheating required. Just feed in the data. From the top 5 international markets. By year end, you'll see. No matter how much money ordinary investors have put into this pool, let's assume they put in 1 billion. Back then, he really put in about 5 to 10 billion. When Weixing and I parted ways, I forgot the exact figure, but it was around 5 or 6 billion. At our peak, when we split, he had nearly 1 billion in margin deposits. That's 1 billion RMB deposited. By the end of the year, remember this key detail. There were 400 million with no clear owner. The profit was 40%. This is the casino principle Lao Wang explained in an episode. All financial markets operate on casino principles, a 40 to 60 split. 60% goes to reward investors, 40% is the house's profit. This is how all global financial markets work. The 5 major gold dealers in London also make that 40%. To put it simply, let's keep it simple. Take betting on Italian Serie A soccer. China opens its own betting lines on AC Milan or Inter Milan with their own odds. They set the payouts. But they don't send money to the main bookmaker in Italy. They just follow the lead, adopting the same rules. In the end, they always win. Because they're all the house. All running the game. It's the same in every market. Then, Zhang Weixing really pissed me off. He called me up, way more annoying than Chairman Zhai. He was a real big shot. Remember your Yihai Capital listed company? How's that going? I heard you tried to acquire Chulin, and got in deep trouble. Is that true? I said, what's up, Weixing? I remember I have 400 million in cash on my books, and 1 billion in my margin pool. You wrote about Huang Guangyu, the richest man. I read it, and I'm telling you, Huang Guangyu isn't richer than me. Believe it or not. His 10.5 billion wealth empire is useless. Because it's just inventory, stocks, it's not real. I've got a damn billion in cash sitting there. I said, you're amazing. Can't you lend me some? This is margin money, you know, all sorts of excuses. I said, so what's your plan? What's your next move? He said his next move is to enter global finance. He's targeting the international gold market, claiming he's cracked gold's God code. He wants to go to international gold exchanges, starting with Hong Kong's gold market. He wants to play against Albert Young. I told Weixing right then, are you out of your mind? Stanley Ho owns casinos in Macau. Have you heard of him playing against Steve Wynn in Vegas? You've got a huge operation in Beijing, with no real competition. You even acquired Jihanji. Only one peer succeeded, that's Zhang Yang from Hangzhou's Century Gold. I don't know how Zhang Yang learned it either, but his moves were almost simultaneous with ours, and the scale was similar. I told Zhang Weiqing, you're messing with Yang Xiaocheng like this, do you know he has ties to both sides? If you win, do you think you can walk away? Hey, you just don't get it, damn it, this world runs on law. So Zhang Weiqing took the margin to Hong Kong, to bet against Yang Xiaocheng. He left with a word, Zhizhou, I tell you, my three-line bloom isn't a bloom at all now, I see through the stock market, and gold just the same. Everything is transparent to me, viewing 3D from higher dimensions, God's golden code is in my mind, so just wait and see. Okay, Zhizhou, I'll show you what 10 billion cash means. His appetite was huge. Yang Xiaocheng offered 25x leverage. But Zhang Weiqing disagreed, demanding more leverage. He raised the ratio, saying, I'll bet with you, and went with his 1 billion. On the day of the 2008 Olympics opening, I remember it clearly. Russia attacked Georgia. Just like Russia attacking Ukraine today, it was very sudden. Putin was watching the ceremony, while Georgian missiles flew over. It was overwhelming. The US and NATO were ready to fight, just like with Ukraine later. The difference, Georgia had no Zelensky to hold out. At that time, according to all economic theories, gold prices had to skyrocket. Because it's called a black swan. What is a black swan? Before humans explored Australia, all swans in the world were white. No one had ever seen a black swan. So in the West, there's a saying, corresponding to a Chinese saying, the sun rises from the west. You say the sun can't rise from the west, just like a black swan can't exist. When explorers landed in Australia, they saw black swans. Holy hell, black swans do exist. The lesson of black swans in finance. It's like driving by looking in the rearview mirror. The rearview mirror shows the intersection is always a left turn. But even one right turn will wipe you out. You're driving using history. Financial knowledge and rules come from history. So, Zhang Weiqing really went bankrupt. August 2008, Gold went bankrupt. He bought Baojing building in Yuan Baojing, standing on top, ready to jump. His mistress and others left. The eunuchs took the big boat and sailed away. Zhang Weiqing stood on the roof about to jump. Mei didn't hold a grudge, because he already had a mistress. Then Mei pulled him down. He went back home. You know, he had creditors. Major investors wouldn't let him trade on his own. For example, if I were a big real estate developer, I put 100 million in your account, Weixing. You understand the world's gold secrets. You give me 15% profit each year. I'm very happy. I deposited 100 million for you. What the hell do you mean you're wiped out? Where did 100 million go? Are there really people like that in Tianjin? At least 100 million. The large assets were stored with him. They want to kill him. Weixing was overwhelmed with worries. He called me asking, what do I do? I said, tell me honestly, do you want to do a bankruptcy restructuring? He is. I said, if you do this, do you want to use my office? Because I was at CCB then. Mr. Zhai was VP of CCB International. He didn't know about this. I can't tell him. He talks. He'd tell Wang Weiya. I'd be finished. I told Weixing. I said, come after work this afternoon. I'll send everyone away beforehand. My brothers from the team will support you. Sign the restructuring deal in my CCB office. Wang Jinzhou, will back you up. Guarantee you'll repay. Gratefully, he did this. To this day, CCB, my boss, and Shenying don't know. That's why Zhang Weiqing could survive. Otherwise, he would have been forced to death. After it was signed, Jiang Weiqing is a lucky man. After the brothers finished, trouble broke out in Tianjin. A top Tianjin leader had an incident. That real estate mogul who chased Weiqing, his main creditor was the guy's frontman. Vanished from the earth, no one knows where he went, so no one chased Satellite. Satellite was finally free, he felt much lighter. Satellite tried to stage a comeback, like Vice Chairman Jai, now hiding in Dubai, attempting comebacks. But none of them worked. Because his luck had run out. So where did Satellite go? Satellite studied the I Ching daily, studying Master Jiang's Whistle Divine Tree. Huang Qijing said he was trying to decipher God's code. He's gone mad. He might truly be crazy. He's still stuck in the I Ching. It's been 15 years, counting on your fingers. He's still studying it daily. I don't know if he's become an immortal. We haven't been in touch for 15 years. We no longer share common ground. He's always talking about the I Ching and calculations. It's done. Xiang Satellite's situation, a whale falls, all things thrive. In 2008, when Zhang Satellite went bankrupt, CITIC Pacific's futures department also failed. Everyone was caught in this black swan event. Because war would cause oil prices to surge, gold prices would surge. These were all concepts, these were basic ABCs. It all went the opposite way, everyone was wiped out that time. So Zhang Satellite was on the rooftop, about to jump. It was supposed to be big news in China, no one noticed him. So, the matter passed. A whale falls, all things thrive. How do you say it? Satellite handled many agencies then. Advertising agencies nationwide, he had few competitors. That's not 2,000 people. Chairman Jai added a zero to scare me. Pricewaterhouse has 2,000 staff. In 2008, Satellite had at least 2,000 staff. Agents everywhere were countless. Among those agents, some died, some fled. The smart ones copied MT4 and moved on, developed their own systems. Started their own trading platforms. Because Zhang Satellite's secret would eventually be known, he had technical staff under him. The tech staff knew he didn't hedge. When the boss failed, these kids would all leave, wouldn't they? Founder of the Tianjin Precious Metals Exchange. China's largest gold investment dealer today, the kid named Chen was from Gaodianhe Huamijin. Including that woman from Langfang, who went to Korea for beauty treatments daily, was also one of them. Satellite's gold agency in Langfang was doing well. She set up her own platform for nearly 10 billion. 10 billion. Around 2010, she blew her own account. That woman from Langfang blew her account. Maihe Huangjin acquired Chiulin. Ping Guiji from my Shijiazhuang shop later controlled Chiulin. Ping Guiji was God Handen's agent. They went, a whale falls, all thrive. They themselves were like, alas. When the tree falls, monkeys scatter. Scattered, looking for a new boss, so I acquired them too. I've dealt with Zhang Weiqing a few times, right? Ping Gujie was one we brought back. That's a story for another time. I'll talk about Qlin later. Alright, electronic and capital platforms, 3 stages of China's development. Now you'll understand. The first stage is the oligopoly stage. That is, the follower stage. Following international market makers. Following international gold prices, regardless of whether you receive trade data. Your market data comes from the London Gold Exchange. Data from London's 5 major gold dealers. This is the first stage. Before 2008, all of China's capital platforms followed international players. The second stage, the Wild West. Why, after Kunsa died, his lieutenants became drug lords themselves. When Zhang Weiqing died, Zhang Yung of Century Gold was also arrested. Zhang Yung got arrogant and reckless. Though he didn't go to Hong Kong to gamble, this scumbag took billions in margin, and bought a large office building with a huge neon sign, Century Tower. When Zhejiang's leaders crossed the Qiantang River Bridge, upon landing at Shaoshan Airport, they saw that tower. Whose was it? So rich. Jack Ma wasn't even that rich then. Ah, what was Zhang Yong's background with Century Gold? Nothing. He was just an ordinary person's son. What did he do with gold? What did gold have to do with it? When they checked his gold dealings, it all fell apart. Arrested. He hasn't been released yet, has he? So Zhang Yong's money was simply taken. By whom? I won't say. I won't mention it. Damn. When Zhang Weiqing got into trouble, and Zhang Yang too, it became leaderless. Kunsa is gone. All dozens of his subordinates started dozens of electronic platforms. All cloning MT4. They added custom software to develop their own. What the hell was this hang? I forget that one in Hangzhou. Developing their own small software. Running their own small platforms. This was before 2011 to 2012. The third stage arrived at a critical time. The experience had already spread, like the Whampoa Military Academy's influence spread across China. The third stage arrived. Things went wrong. It became a big problem. This is why Lao Wang called Li Keqiang an incompetent premier. When Li Keqiang took office, he was full of confidence. He proposed Keqiang economics, but he knew nothing about economics. He promoted mass innovation and entrepreneurship for all. I had recently returned from abroad and found streets filled with small storefronts, like banks, but not quite. One under every apartment building. What the hell were these? They called them P2P. What is P2P, anyway? I don't understand. I know B2C, B2B, C2C. What's P2P? Explain it. My first thought was, this is illegal fundraising, isn't it? This is prison time. How did it become legal? Adding internet finance as a label. Illegal fundraising becomes P2P. This is ridiculous. These people are scum. These are drug lords. You give them internet power and this destructive tool, they'll target every community to scam old ladies, offering mooncakes. They'll steal your retirement funds. When I was in Beijing, in our nice office building, in the elevator lobby, elderly people the same age as my parents, with young men in suits nearby, carrying eggs to investment meetings. I would often say in the elevator, "Oh, ma'am, how much did you invest?" They'd say, "Not much. 100,000. I'd say, "That's gone." I often saw this. I couldn't stand it. This way means phase 3 has begun. In phase 3, they cut the market connection. It evolves. Why? As I said, if on this electronic platform, if 10,000 people are playing, not even 10,000, just a few thousand is enough. They'll form their own market. Don't forget they have servers. Those servers, hidden on the server side, your tech staff can see everyone's trading data and summarize it. How many buy high? How many buy low? At what price? Where's the cost basis? All right. If that's the case, then gold isn't fun. Why? The big five control gold. You can't make it fall or make it rise. You just follow their lead. What can you do? Generate your own data. At the critical point, what is this Jai Shinying scam? It's coming. How to generate data? What data to generate? Gold only has one market trend. Primarily told you. Nationwide innovation in internet finance. Everyone makes blockchain Bitcoin. Bitcoin 2, Bitcoin 3. What the heck is Bitcoin 3? The key to Bitcoin, Ethereum, is decentralization. Blockchain's key technology is decentralization, meaning it has no servers. It's like a protozoan, it has no brain. It's all peer-to-peer neurons. That's blockchain. That's the real deal. Its market is hard to manipulate. Only large capital inflows and outflows. No one can control it from a server. But these scum all have central servers. But originally, our first Gen 1 Zhang Weising version, his central server data came via Bloomberg, Reuters, and London Gold Exchange data. Now these bastards call themselves SEC, BBS, CBS. They can generate data themselves in the back end. Initially, Jai Shinying didn't understand, as he wasn't from the crypto world. Initially, these people came from gold schemes, precious metal schemes, so they created these fake coins, claiming to be Bitcoin. But they named themselves, with market makers behind it. Market makers saw people buying high, so they'd make it fall. Everyone lost, saw people buying low, they'd make it rise. Remember, old Wang said those two brothers were operating. Greed of those profiting at Guotai Junan's branch. They didn't even take the money. People who lost money wouldn't return. How can they make people lose money? How do you, the dealer, make money? If the market maker moves the price 1 yuan, and you bet wrong, you'd lose everything. At this point, you either invest more money to add margin, or they'll force liquidate you. The crypto world is the same. So their so-called tokens are basically a scam. There's no blockchain trace at all. It's just a game point. These are tokens. Those drawing K-lines are scamming you, because you're bound to lose. Why are you sure to lose? It's the law of large numbers in gambling. 80% of choices fall into a very narrow range, while 20% fall outside. What does that mean? Imagine a tree. It's autumn. Leaves fall in the wind, scattered all over the ground, but strangely, you'll find 80% of the leaves fall within a small circle. Less than 20% drift far away. So the dealer only needs to catch that 80%. They don't mind the 20% who escape and made money. As long as they catch that 80%, they'll always make 50% profit by year end. Understand? Let's tell another joke. Guess how long Yao Ming's little brother is? Because Yao Ming is a huge man. Okay, let's all guess. Write down a number. You'll find 80% to 90% right between 1, 5, 40 centimeters. I guess no one writes Yao Ming's is 2 meters long. Or that it's only 2 centimeters long. That's the law of large numbers. Everyone thinks they're rational. Making rational investments, judging, you fall into the trap. They don't let you judge at all. They use the law of large numbers. This is the third stage. After 2012, after Li Keqiang became premier, mass innovation and entrepreneurship. After internet finance, today's mainstream scams are Ponzi schemes and crypto. After Vice Chairman Zhai fled abroad, while doing a show, one day he let slip. He said the Communist Party persecuted me, took my servers, shut down my PUA servers. You say you let slip, then what the F are you talking about? You're a blockchain. Where do you have servers? How could the CCP shut down your servers? It's precisely because they need a very stable server. They rented expensive servers abroad to ensure chart continuity and system reliability, so everyone can gamble happily inside. So if servers are shut down, they're screwed. If it's truly Bitcoin, Ethereum. If it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, FBI can't shut servers. The CIA can't shut servers either. Because there are no servers. This is the root cause for these scammers. They're definitely scamming people. They'll never let you make money. How is that possible? Because they're the dealer gambling against you. If you all make money, what does he earn? They added leverage for you, to make you get liquidated, right? You brain-dead fans. Please stop scolding me. I see you have 200,000. You have 180,000. Pure brain-dead fans. Go buy his closed product quickly. Within a year, you'll lose everything. China's crypto evolution, 2004 to 2023. All crypto scams boil down to a few keywords. First, a coin needs strong backing, like Professor Zhai, an economist, or President Guo with anti-CCP coin schemes. Basically, you need a gimmick to attract people. Or marketing, if you will. Right? A 2,000-person sales team does this, not even big. Some have 5,000 or 10,000, fully recruiting agents. Second, you need operators. In the back end, they see everyone's data, to see if the coin rises or falls. Third, you need a stable, reliable server. Not one that keeps shutting down. If others fail, there must be rules. 3 key points. This ideology is now understood. Waiting in Dubai to call you leaks. Watch old Wang's videos. Increase financial knowledge. Clear your head, perk up. Prevent scams and enlighten the public. True enlightenment and clarity can lead to anti-communism, can lead to rule of law, can lead to democracy and freedom. Otherwise, it's just a mob of idiots. Nothing is possible. Goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to break through the CCP's blockade.